We have excellent thinking for finding the truth. And that, of course, is a great help in science and so on. Culturally, we have never developed thinking for creating value. To be sure, individuals have, individual inventors, innovators, entrepreneurs, but culturally, no. School is all about knowledge and analysis, very rarely about design. So this is a huge gap. So what can we do about it? The answer is quite straightforward. The brain is designed to allow incoming information to organize itself into routine patterns. That is the excellence of the brain. That's the excellence of the brain, for which we should be extremely grateful, because otherwise life would be impossible. But all patterning systems are asymmetric. What does that mean? It means you go from A to B, but you can go from C to A, but not from A to C. Asymmetric. Because every valuable creative idea is logical in hindsight. Otherwise, it would not be valuable. Now, the problem is that for 2,400 years, philosophers have said, if it's logical in hindsight, all you need is better logic, you don't need creativity. Totally wrong, 100% wrong, 100% rubbish. Something may be obvious in hindsight, invisible in foresight. So something may be obvious in hindsight and very difficult to see in foresight. But philosophers, playing with words, don't understand the behavior of asymmetric systems. So that's why we have done so little about creativity. Now, from that basic diagram, we can derive some of the key tools, processes of creativity. One of them seems very simple, but in practice is quite hard to use. We're going along here, and we put a block on that. We call that challenge. Block is never an attack. It's never saying this is wrong, this is bad, this is inadequate. That's very, very important, because if you only challenge inadequate ideas, that's just problem solving. You must be able to challenge even the very best idea, even where you say, this is the best, there is no other idea. You challenge it, and then you start looking for other possibilities. Now we move on to another process. And this time we're going along. And what we do now is we go back and say, yes, but what is the concept behind this idea? To extract the concept, to identify the concept, and then find other ways of delivering that concept. The last one is that normally we start our thinking here, but instead we start somewhere else, and we enter that from there, and we can use that track. Now, we cannot choose that point, because it would lie along our normal thinking if we chose it, so we have to use chance. And the simplest to use is a random word. Now, again, logicians get very upset. They say if it's truly random, it's possibly related to any subject. How can it be of use in a particular subject? And the answer is yes, logically it can. The argument is extremely primitive way of deciding anything. And so instead of argument, we have the 6 hats, which is parallel thinking. So everyone is looking in parallel in the same direction, and so on. The direction is indicated by one of the 6 hats. The white hat being information, the red hat being emotions and feelings, the black hat being critical, the yellow hat value, the green hat possibilities, and the blue hat is the summing up and focus, deciding, and so on. Creativity is essential, and it's very lacking in all sorts of education. It's assumed, quite wrongly, that it's a special talent which only some people have and others don't. It's not. It's a skill which everyone can learn. I'm talking about creative thinking, a skill which everyone can learn, And some people will be better than others, just like tennis or cooking or skiing. Some people better than others, yes. But once you start using it, you build up confidence, then it becomes easier and easier to do. So creativity is not only what you do, but how you look at things, the ability to look at things in different ways.